Hi, this is Chris Brown with ClosePoint USA, and this is a special edition of ClosePoint Cafe.
Thanks, everybody. I'm going to keep it short. I think in real estate, the biggest thing I learned is it's important to align yourself with professionals that get everything done. Real estate is a headache. Nothing is ever easy. Our job as realtors is to take away as many headaches from our clients as possible. A lot of those headaches happen in the title side that we know nothing about, and they are taking care of our headaches. So it was an easy transition because this is what we were already doing. And now my focus is more on aligning with the title side, working with lenders, working with attorneys that we know that get the job done, and really making the process as seamless as possible for my clients and everyone else who's in this firm. So you guys are all here because I love you and I trust you and I've enjoyed working with you and hope that we can continue in the title capacity.
So, a part of this was also to have a conversation with you guys as humans instead of always relying on technology. Put a face to the name, the email that you see. And, we brought, a good portion of our team. Our next person I want to introduce to you is Angela Andrews. She's our marketing director. She meets with agents. She oversees our communications with our website and all the things that we're progressing towards. And she also manages a lot of the vendors that we deal with, whether it be a print vendor, social media vendor, video vendor, to set up things and give agents another resource to help expand your business. So I'm going to allow Angela, step up and give her, a few words of what she does and what she oversees.
Sure. Thanks, Chris. I'm Angela Andrews. I've worked with a few of you before, so if you haven't met me before, hello. So I handle all the marketing, and I'm available for you to assist you with any marketing strategies you want to discuss. We offer an amazing postcard program for our agents that allows you to stay within budget, especially if you have a smaller budget, because title does co-brand with the postcard program. So that's awesome for you to send out a postcard mailer once a month, periodically, to help grow your business. And title helps pay for that because, let's be honest, everything costs so much more now. Printing has gone up dramatically. Postage, if you know that about that, that's gone up a lot. So we want to help you grow your business without breaking the bank. And we do that with our postcard program. We also help you with other aspects of marketing, like door hangers, business card, flyers, anything digital for social media. Social media is huge right now. So if you need help trying to establish that, I'm definitely your person. I can help you design graphics for your social media. Maybe you need a template to, get your brand across online, email blasts, basically anything marketing wise. I'm meeting with agents down in South Jersey. If you ever want to come down and visit me, if not, we can do a Zoom meeting. So anything you need marketing wise, I'm the person you need.
So Angela's been with me for a number of years now.
Yes, that's a baby.
Isn't your baby? Yeah. Now she's a mom with 2 kids. So our next person, many of you know, she's my wife. She also runs a team. But she also oversees the TC aspect, and she's putting that platform together, or has put it together, and she's always working with us to bring it to another level.
So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Deanna Faye Brown. I run a team in South Jersey of about 50 agents, and I also manage for ClosePoint, the transaction coordinator platform. When we moved over to EXP about 4 years ago, what we really strategized on as team leaders was what is a resource that can be super impactful no matter whether you were full-time or part-time, whether you closed 5 deals or 50 deals in a year, what could be meaningful to everybody on every level. And definitely the administrative support that the TC service provides has been instrumental, I think, in building that value proposition for our EXP teams. If you've been using us, then you know that we have a tremendous team of professionals. It's a 7-day-a-week service, and all of the professionals, including Donna, who we'll introduce and you'll get a chance to hear from in a minute, all have experience in real estate and all have tremendous drive to be great at customer service. So their focus is on giving you exemplary service so you can give that service to your clients. Your field, come on in. Yeah. There are multiple ways that you can reach the transaction coordinators. Email, there's a shared email box. That's tc@closepointusa.com. We also have a hotline because so many of us are tired of not being able to get a hold of a human being. So there's a hotline where whoever is working, the phone will ring and you can get a live human, one of the transaction coordinators, to assist you. Whether you aren't sure of a compliance, you have a compliance question, you have a tech question, maybe .loop is got you ready to throw your laptop out the window. They're going to help you with all of that, right? So that human service and support is critical. And then the other piece is how can we level up our technology? And we started that with the use of an app. I know one of the things that's going to come out of today is for those who are RSVP'd, you're going to get a resource that'll give you a link to Angela's marketing portal. It'll also give you access to that QR code to get a hold of the transaction coordinators. You literally can pull up your phone, pull up the app on your phone. In 2 or 3 minutes, you'll be prompted for information about the parameters of that offer, and you simply hit submit. It heads over to the transaction coordinators, and even working on Saturday or Sunday, they're going to receive that request. They're going to prepare an offer to your specifications, and that can be a proposal to purchase, it could be a contract offer, whatever you set as the requirement, the transaction coordinator will process. And they're going to do it all within the framework of keeping you compliant and ensuring that you don't get any red flags from the brokerage in the process. At the end of the day, you're with a brokerage that's going to pay you same day, even sometimes same hour, but that only works when you're compliant. So we want to do everything we can to help you stay on that path. I'm really excited about what's coming ahead, and I won't get ahead of myself. I want Chris to share that, but the idea here is that this service is intended to be a support to every agent in our network. So if it's something that you're not leveraging now, I urge you to tap in, whether it's to me or some other resource from ClosePoint, to understand how you can leverage that to get time and sort of energy back into your business or back into your personal life as well. But I also want feedback to know that it's working for you and how we can continue to expand that and deliver on the value so that it does, so that you do see and feel the benefit of participating in that. We are looking for ways to continue to expand and leverage technology, and so I'm excited about what Chris will share today as another new door being open. And I hope that you'll see that in the same vein that we're seeing so much of our business right now, needing to consider new ways that technology can help us be effective and be tremendous service drivers for our clients.
Thank you. Good job.
Thanks.
The next person I want to introduce has been with me, I think, 14 years? 14 years. Donna started out, as many of you know, we used to own 7 RE/MAX offices throughout the state. She was one of our internal administrators that handled a lot for us. When I moved out of the RE/MAX model and just focused on ClosePoint, and Deanna and Christian and Jean came together to create the offshoot of EXP and that network. Donna was shifted over into the transaction coordinator, and she's been hugely instrumental in crafting the libraries and the documents and all the systems that are in place to make it seamless for our agents. We became. She was an original with Ruth. We expanded now, I think, to 4 full-time people, 1 part-time person. They handle thousands of transactions, thousands throughout the year. It's amazing. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Donna. She's going to go over what they do on a daily basis and how they handle things. How the work is divided up and how the response times are met. It's critical that we respond quickly to those emails that are coming in for requests. So without further ado, here's Donna.
Finally getting to put some faces, with the names and whatnot. But so in being a transaction coordinator, kind of piggybacking off of what Deanna said, your job is just to get out there and sell. You should be leaving everything to us. It's another service that ClosePoint is providing to you. Now, because we have the intimate knowledge of all the brokerage stuff and whatnot, we are your office. We are your administrative people, in addition to complement Rose and everything that Christian is doing. So, use it. You can, like Deanna said, you can give us a call on the 800 number, just send a quick email. The app is really a great quick feature to use. With North Jersey, we handle things a little bit differently in, as opposed to South Jersey. But, we're here for you. We're preparing all of your paperwork, getting everything set up for all your buyers, all your dot loops. If you're using dot loop, if you're not using the app, you're doing yourself a disservice, because that dot loop app is really a phenomenal tool on the road. It's your office on the go, as well as with us, as your TC team. In addition to preparing our paperwork, we're delivering all the contracts and everything out to your clients, starting the attorney review stuff. We help you guys follow up on all the, getting the escrow deposit. We mark everything. And then, adding everything to your files administratively for, making sure titles are submitted in as well, and following up on like mortgage commitment dates and all the aspects of your transaction. And let us do all the paperwork. Take all the administrative burden off of you guys. So, again, 7 days a week is our service for you. That in itself carries a lot of weight, a lot of power.
The last guy I'm going to introduce is one of our top closers. I get a tremendous amount of reviews, positive reviews, as well as excellent closing pictures. And John's been with me a long time. And there have been late nights that we had worked. I remember one night we had 34 closings in one day. One day. And John and I were up 1:30 in the morning with 2 other people, just getting this ready the day before. And all 34 closed and funded without an issue, because of people like John. And they're so committed, so loyal, so friendly. He's now, again, a new grandfather, which is awesome, just recently. He just got back from the Super Bowl, which is awesome, with his son. So I'm going to introduce John, let him talk about it, what his philosophy is on closing deals and being with attorneys, and guiding the transaction so it's smooth, secure, and things fund on time. So without further ado, my friend John.
All right. Thank you, Chris. All right. So I'm John Papa. A lot of you know who I am, and you've dealt with me before. So my job is I come to the closing, my main job, and get all of the documents signed. So I make sure personally that the buyers have a good experience, because it's their final stage. They're moving into their house, and I want to make sure it's a happy experience for them. So we eliminate, hopefully there's no walkthrough issues. We go through the paperwork relatively fast, and we talk to them along the way. And then when everything's said and done, if we need funding, we send everything in for funding, and then we give them the keys and they're on their way. And the biggest part besides that, the biggest part is EXP loves me, because from the table, I send them their checks and their paperwork. So I asked the attorney, if I'm at an attorney's office, if I could scan it in and send it over to them. By the time they're getting in the car saying goodbye to their clients, their check's already in their email. So, and again, I like to make sure that's a good experience for them, because it's probably the biggest purchase they're going to make. And I just want to make sure they're happy when they leave the closing table. So that's basically what I do.
Awesome.
All right? Thank you. You're welcome.
So, my man John. He's the guy that, when you need something done, he never says no. He's that guy. He's just a good man, and
He's actually redoing the bricks out front.
Yeah, he's going to be doing the masonry. Yeah.
He's redoing the steps.
Yeah, he's got the cement truck coming there later on, right? That's awesome.
I can't finish. Somebody's parking the handicap spot.
That's where we're going to put the cement truck.
I will move for you, John.
So, the last bit of information, it's really important, and I'm super excited about it. And we're going into this AI world, and many of us are just dipping our toe in this to get an understanding of the capability and how it impacts, our world and our work and how we do things, whether it be an attorney, a lender, real estate, title companies, insurance companies, whatever. AI is a fact that we're going to have to deal with and learn how to handle it so we can use it to our advantage. And those that do not do it, I'm sorry to say, they will be left behind. It is that incredible. So what we've done, we've contracted with a company where they're constructing our AI bots. Her name is Clara. Clara will be introduced very soon. I can give you a little snippet. She is so for instance, one of the things that I do, and I've said this before, when I hear pain points for realtors, I make that a part of my business plan. So I can, adjust something that they're experiencing is something not their favorite, but I need to turn it into what could be their favorite thing to do. So Clara, being programmed, and she's in beta right now, and I can give you an example of her. She is going to be somebody you call in for TC support. She will take your order. She will send the information into .loop. She will open up the loop. This is a voice activated, not an app. It's a phone number that you actually talk to the AI, who's actually taking this information and putting it into an app that can produce documents. And then once it's set up, our TCs get notified that there's this transaction, and they add the human touch to it on this, the intricacies. This is excluded from the transaction. This is the seller credit that's going to go with it. But she's taking the information from you 24/7 and opening up a loop. It's insane. It's insane. So I'm gonna put it on my phone, and I hope you can hear it. I think with all the people here, I think we should be all right. So let me just see here.
Thank you for calling ClosePoint, USA's Transaction Coordinator Division.
So what happens is that information goes into JobForm. JobForm then transmits that information into .loop, creates the loop. You're going to get an email confirming the information that you provided. In that email, Leaders Edge Network members will be Black Card members. Black Card members do not get charged for the services. Those who are not Black Card members will have to pay a charge. It's going up to a transaction fee of $350 for those that are in Leaders Edge, and then it goes to $500 for those that are not a part of the Leaders Edge. So we're making it very transactional. We're updating how we're presenting ourselves to not just the Leaders Edge, not just to any EXP, but to those outside. It's become an incredible service, not just for all of us, but we are working with some who are outside, and it's just amazing. So we're not just a title company. We're going into a lot of different facets, whether it help you with marketing, help you with productivity, making sure you guys have everything that you need to be ahead of everybody else. Because that's really what the rat race is. Staying consistent, always staying ahead, and making sure you have partners that are going to give you resources to be stronger. That's how I've always done it. When I was at Remax, we always looked for ways. That's how we built a company. That one year we did 2,224 transactions in 1 year with our Remax office, because we always had good people, good technology. It's the same game, as it was 10 years ago, and it is now. It's just that there's better technology coming around the corner, and I want to be involved in it. The next aspect that we're going to be doing, we have a bunch of courses that are coming out for attorneys, for lenders, and as well as the realtors. These are CE courses that we continually do. And we're going to do one every quarter. We just did one which relates to the tax foreclosure situation, which is a big deal. The next one comes up in May. The topic hasn't been decided yet, but you'll get notification about that, but it will be in May. Our next class that we are sponsoring is an AI class. We hired one of the best AI instructors in the country. He's out of San Francisco. He was a vice president for Salesforce. He opened up his own AI school, literally. Got on the phone with him. We contracted with him. He's going to do 5 classes for us. There's only 500 seats available for each of the classes. And it's going to start on Wednesday, the first Wednesday, April 2nd, and every Wednesday in the month of April. And it starts at 5 o'clock and runs for an hour. For Leaders Edge members, it's free. The only thing we ask, when you sign up, you're signing up for all 5. He's going to go through the top 20 AI resources that you should be using in your business every day. He's going to break it down, and each class is 5 different separate, and then the last class is Q&A, going back and forth, saying, how do I do this? What is this for? From video use to research, it's not just ChatGPT. There are literally 20 different AI categories that you can utilize. So again, this is for realtors, attorneys, and lenders. For everybody else who's outside the Leader's Edge, it's $100. It's $20 a class. That's what we're going for. It's an amazing opportunity to get that going, get that conversation going, and just understand what is DeepSeek or any one of these other AI programs and what the hell do they do? I'm just learning myself. I don't know if anybody else, I use ChatGPT extensively. And now with Clara and uploading, the next Clara that comes out is going to be a title writer. She's going to be able to quote. She's going to be able to give you answers that are in the title insurance manual, what different endorsements do. You can ask it scenarios and it will provide a title response. That's the next thing that's being built. All this is happening. It only occurred to me to get into this, and I'm going to be honest, I went on this homeowners insurance company, didn't speak to a single person, spoke to an AI the whole time, and produced a renter's homeowners insurance policy. I was like, why are we not doing this? It was so simple. Even paid with it through their AI portal. So we're working towards that. We're not going to be taking away human capital, people, resources. We're going to keep that human touch and do these type of events all the time. We have another event that we're doing down in South Jersey on the 13th. We're doing another event on the 20th. We have more events coming up in Somerset County. So we're always going to be on the road meeting people and making sure you know that you have humans that are working with you. It's not going to just be AI. But we are going to implement technology into all this. I know, my accountant, he's getting into AI. There's an AI for accounting. And, it's just insane all the avenues that this thing's going. So I'm hoping to bring that resource to you guys in this class. I implore you to sign up. We only have 500 spots. Leader's Edge, again, you guys are free. The real estate leaders, all those teams that are in there, and anybody else outside of that is going to be charged. And it's a commitment for 5 classes. So.
What do you send out? RSVP?
Yeah, we have 80,000 contacts in our CRM. They're going to meet. They're going to get the invitation there, and you can sign up there. The Leaders Edge Network and our partners, they're going to get a different email, a different invitation versus everybody else. Okay, we're going to guarantee spots up to a certain date for Leaders Edge network teams and our partners. And then once that, they can't guarantee it. It's going to go to.
This is the.
Yeah, that's just a sneak peek. That's just a sneak peek of, who the guy is. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions?
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Quick? So what Chris also is doing is, with the AI, he's making all of our services that you're used to working with us through the day available 24/7.
That's
So, when you're on the go, you're out doing lawn or you're doing flips, you've got your buds in your ear, you can be, and this is after hours that we're not available. You can get all this done quickly and not waiting and not going to your computer when it's 2:00 at night when you're done doing everything else.
Yep. So that is our goal, to have effective services 24/7. And once we build out this TC, Clara, there will be a Clara title. There will be a Clara, for a bunch of different things that we're doing. So, by the way, you should learn the natural voice language AI. When we have this class, pay particular attention to that, because I know realtors are using, the ones that are really advanced, they're using this to pre-qualify their buyers before they even call. The AI is qualifying the buyer. And then once they pass the qualification, they're passing it on to the realtor, the live realtor, to service the client. So you're not wasting your time with somebody. So the AI will answer their questions about mortgage qualification or whatever it may be.
It's good to know when I see that email go out and I see ClosePoint on it as a lender. I know I'm not going to have to worry about the crap that the title company's going to send over that I don't want to see. You know what I mean? like basic things like, as Chris knows, we don't want buyer searches, so don't send me a buyer search. I don't want it, things like that. Adding my processor to the emails. There's one email. Hey, Chris, can you add Kelly to all these emails? And now every email, my processor gets on it. So from the lending side, you guys are absolutely amazing, and that helps on your side when that the title company's taking care of the lender too.
But thank you much. I think we're getting served now. All right.
Yep.
So let's go eat.